Sometimes I think me joining at a time of war was a worse time to join the military versus right now, because we're hearing that the new generation is going to get a $50,000 bonus. We're not even at war, but I have some speculations of my own that I want to talk about. Navy Times writes, future sailors could receive up to $50,000 in enlistment bonuses, $10,000 more than the maximum offered to incoming sailors in recent years. The exact bonus rates are constantly in flux due to the changing needs of the Navy, said Commander Dave Benham, spokesman for Navy Recruiting Command, in an email to Navy Times. However, Benham said that he was not aware of any other instances where enlistment bonuses had reached $50,000 before, and enlistment bonus and loan repayment program messages list the max at $40,000 dating back to 2006. Now, as someone that's done a lot of military type content, I can tell you I've spoken to a lot of recruiters about this loan repayment program. It has been very well known. The program exists, but there's not money there. And that's been a lot of complaints of people joining that are, I would say, overqualified with bachelor's degrees, etc., that do not have the funds to pay for their education or get a job or whatever. And they're looking at the military and they're not really getting much out of it. So maybe this is a good sign. I'm a stoner, ain't no gamer, what just a fucking... After all that clicking, there's a freaking test? A test? I swear to God, these answers better be on Quizlet. We recognize that young Americans today have more employment options and opportunities than ever before, so we are offering these enlistment bonuses to be competitive with the strong civilian labor market, recognizing that we are in competition for the best and brightest young Americans from all walks of life. Rear Admiral Dennis Velez, commander of Navy Recruiting Command, said. This is kind of a two sides of the coin when I look at it. First off, we're trying to entice people to come in. Okay, yes, there are a lot of employment opportunities out there, but what about the people that are still in right now where we can retain people that are already trained? You could say there's selective re-enlistment bonuses, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's a lot of good people that I think would stay if this money was on the back end versus trying to get more people in through the front end. While military service is not just about the money, we feel the added economic incentive on top of the existing military benefits package and the inherent excitement tied to service in the world's premier Navy will help us attract and retain the kind of talented young people our Navy needs to maintain our competitive advantage into the future. I think the competitive advantage are highly trained and retained people. That's why I'm looking at this. And to be fair, I will agree that yes, we need to appeal to people that are very smart to go into very intellectual sides of the military, such as crypto and all these other places as far as cyber security and things like that. But I'm wondering, just off my, curiosity, are these two different pots of money of keeping people in versus recruiting? Can we distribute this differently? I just don't see the same benefit here, and I'll explain why, because there's already a lot of financial incentives. Future sailors who ship between now and May 31st are eligible for a $4,000 early shipping bonus, although some recruits for quotations high priority jobs could receive up to $14,000 for shipping within 30 days, according to Navy News release. Let's put this money in perspective here, okay? So $4,000 to leave early, up to $14,000, by the way. Also, you're talking about recently in the past couple of years, they talked about $2,000 for passing your first fitness test, $2,000 for joining out of high school. I mean, you're having people that are going to probably be able to join with approximately almost $20,000, and that's crazy to me because there's people that are re-enlisting right now in the Navy getting zero. That early shipping enlistment incentive bonus could be paired with other bonuses being offered, such as enlistment bonus source rate available to sailors going to nuke, submarine, information warfare fields, among others. The Navy said these bonuses will be issued to sailors after graduation from A or C school. A sailor going to nuke career field, for example, could reap $38,000 bonuses plus $14,000 early shipping bonus, but the total bonus will be capped at $50,000. Don't you like how they put caps on this stuff? Because it's like, you can't win too much. You can't work the system. We'll stop you right there because things are just too good to be true. But I do want to break down what I think would be worth it and not worth it in regards to these specific fields that they talk about. They show air rescue swimmer, cool. I would take that. CTI, awesome if you can pass a school. The Language Institute over in Monterey, California has been notoriously known to have very low pass rates. So if you go that route, and obviously if you don't make it, you could get the bonus for coming in early, but if you don't pass the school, you're not going to get that 15 Gs. CTN on here, I would take that any day. Networking, they make tons of money. Doesn't matter if the other one's 15 grand. I would take the 5,000 for CTN versus CTI. EOD, obviously awesome, cool community, diverse fields that you can work in, different commands. I think EOD is awesome. Hospital Corpsman Advanced Technical Field, $18,000. I made a video about this about a year and a half ago now, where I talked to several Hospital Corpsman A school instructors about this, where yes, you get $18,000 if you do advanced training field. Many recruiters don't even know what that means for the corpsman community because medical side is so different than everything else. Now, what this comes down to is you will have to pass a PST, and that will get you into dive, into search and rescue, into recon. All sound very cool. But if you can't pass the physical qualifications and you sign up for this and leave early and all that, you're, guess what, out of luck. You're not going to fulfill this contract and get that $18,000. You got IT on submarines, machinist mate submarines, $10,000, $15,000, missile techs on submarines, nuke field, electrician mate as $38,000, special warfare boat operator, your SWIT guys, $18,000, and then you have your sub-electronics computer field, which are your FT, STs, looking at 15 grand. Now, it does look like the Navy Recruiting Command is saying that this will take place for anybody that has done a recontract or signed up or switched after January 21st, where they can get this. So when I look at this, I have to be a little bit critical and say, like, being on a sub or doing stuff that's very intensive, you know, knowledge-wise or whatever else might not have the most family time, like being a nuke, etc. So I do wonder, yes, if money will bring people into those fields, but will it retain those people there? Because honestly, there is going to be work-life balance that people are going to say that money is not worth it, because you have to also anticipate at least 15% of that's going to be taxed. So I'll leave you to, you know, think of what that could mean for you. But if you put this money in the right place, it could grow. It could obviously change your trajectory of financial, you know, standings and being able to have generational wealth. But let me know, what do you think about this down in the comments below, as these new recruits are going to get bonuses? Do you think we could do this another way, or do you think that my idea of trying to retain sailors should be more important and maybe upping those bonuses on the back end versus the front end? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, if you guys like what we do on this channel, you can always support over at patreon.com for special perks and benefits. On top of that, you can also support over the YouTube join button below for special perks and benefits here on YouTube. As always, hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, also TikTok now. Your boy has a TikTok. Go check it out. I'll link that down below as well. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.